Good morning. So today we're going to do a brief little introduction to our exam because I'm going to have you do some multiple choice practice on AP Classroom as your assignment for today. So part one is the multiple choice on our exam. You get 60 minutes. You have two passages with 23 to 25 questions on our course's reading standards. These are really analytical reading questions. The skills that are being tested are very similar to the skills that you would need to successfully write a rhetorical analysis essay. And then there are going to be three passages with 20 to 22 questions on the course's writing standards. The only thing I can think of to compare these questions to are if you've taken the ACT or the SAT, where sometimes they'll ask you questions that aren't really grammar related, but are more writing related. So they might ask you, where should you insert this sentence, or what would be a better order for the sentences in this paragraph? So basically asking you questions that apply some of the writing skills that we've done in class. As far as timing goes, that 60 minutes, I think that probably a smart way to divide your time would be to take 15 minutes per passage on the reading passages and then 10 minutes per passage on the writing passages. Part two, those are the essays. So you have 2 hours and 15 minutes, and you're going to write 3 essays. The first is a synthesis essay where you have sources to support an argument. There is one rhetorical analysis essay. We've just done a little bit of practice with that. And then one argument essay. The argument essay is very similar to the synthesis essay, except for you don't have sources. So you still have to have a position and support it, but you have to use your own background knowledge and experiences and reading that you have done to support your ideas. So the scoring of the exam, I'm going to show you kind of how it breaks down as far as, how many multiple choice questions you want to be shooting for, how well you want to do on the essays, etc. But overall, after your exam is scored, you will receive a score from 1 to 5. For most universities that accept AP credit, and they don't all, you should just always check with individual schools about individual courses to figure out whether they do. If you go to the University of Arkansas, then they would accept a 3, 4, or 5 on our exam as credit for composition 1. But most places that do accept credit are going to expect you to get a 3 or higher. So today our lesson is going to be going to AP Classroom. Oh, wait, before that, I want to show you how the exam is scored. Okay, so the sheet that we're looking at right now, this is a scoring worksheet for the APLAC exam. And so up at the top, you see section 1, and out of 45, so let's say you got 27 questions correct. That would be about 60% of the questions. And you would multiply that by 1. So it would be 27 here, 27 here, if you don't round. Section 2, these are your essays. So you could put, let's say that you got a 4 on 2 of the essays, and that's out of 6, and then you got a 3 on one of them. If you multiplied that all up, you would still manage to get a 3 on the exam. So you can see how you can still do fairly well, even while still missing, like you were missing 18 questions on the multiple choice, not getting, top scores on the essays, and you can still get a qualifying score. If you want to get higher, you probably need to just kind of do that math yourself. Basically, you're just adding up what you get here on section 2 with what you got on section 1, bring it down here, come up with the composite score. You do get to round once you get to that point, and then you would figure out where it falls here. These composite cutoffs do shift and change from year to year, sort of depending on student performance, but they're going to be in this general ballpark. So you might want to kind of play around with that and figure out. I know that if you got 30 of the multiple choice questions and you got 4s on all of your essays, you could definitely earn a 4 on the exam. And I think that's very doable for a lot of you. So that's how the scoring works. So our assignment for today, you're going to go to AP Classroom and you're going to complete the personal progress check for Unit 1. We are only going to do the multiple choice today. There's also a writing component, but we probably won't do that very often. We'll just use the writing assessments that we're doing in class. There will be one reading passage and one writing passage. I'm giving you 30 minutes to do it. I don't think you'll need that much time. There are only 6 questions that go with the reading passage and 3 questions that go with the writing passage. So I think you could probably do it in less than 30 minutes. But after you complete the practice, you should see your results and you should review your performance. The really nice feature in AP Classroom is that you can see the questions that you got wrong. I think you can see what particular standard those questions are associated with, and you should be also able to see answer explanations. So as we go through this semester, most of the multiple choice practice that we're going to do is going to be in the form of these personal progress checks. We're probably not going to do a lot of other practice besides that. We try to gear up our practice in the spring semester as we get closer to the exam. But if you'll just consistently commit to yourself to really review your performance each time, think about how you can do better, whether that's just test taking strategies or really the content that you need to understand more clearly, then you'll see yourself improve as the year goes on. So that's today's lesson. Let me know if you have any questions.